Welcome to Caymanas Park Replay and Highlights Show, where we show the latest horse racing replays and results.
By Belligerent King. In goes Belligerent King, field in line. They're off for the first. Determined King gets a poor start way behind horses. Genuine Article runs quickly in the center with Bad Boy Theodore just on his outside. Schlesinger in the pretty colors makes a good run early and looks to have the overall lead. Freedom for Edge is the one just in behind Schlesinger and racing near the stand fence. These are the two main contenders early as they arrive at the corner post. Schlesinger out in front, being chased up all the while by right against the stands. That's a Freedom for Edge. Bad Boy Theodore trying to make some ground. Genuine Article more toward the center getting the stick. Original Train the same treatment there, but Schlesinger holds on to a narrow lead. Attack now by on the outside Freedom for Edge, and Freedom for Edge picks it up. Here's Original Train on the far side. Freedom for Edge and Original Train going at it as they drive toward the line. Original Train beats Freedom for Edge, Schlesinger, then Bad Boy Theodore and Belligerent King. Big Argument, now in, field in line. This is the second, a quick dash, 5 furlongs round. They're ready, they're off. Big Argument, last to go in, last to leave. Paraiso gets a great start, quickly gets that lead effortlessly, and shows unmolested at the moment from Silver Fox, now beginning to apply some pressure as they slip past the half mile and run the turn for home. These two going at it. Paraiso on the outside, just a neck in front of Silver Fox. Big Argument has made good gains, is 2 lengths back and racing in third. A break of 2 1/4 to Happy Go Lucky as they leave the 3 and make their way to the 5/16. Traditional Boy races up next with Silver Soul. Magic Bullet now asked to make ground. In behind those 6th Avenue, and last of all it's a Military Shot firing blanks as they're into the lane at the top of it and running up toward the final 3/16. Paraiso out in front and showing on that lead. He's shrugged off Silver Fox, left 3 or 4 lengths back in second on the rail. Big Argument making no real gains, but a clear third of a Traditional Boy back and forth. But it is all Paraiso beginning to pour it on inside the final 16th. Paraiso disturbing a flock of feeding pigeons as he comes driving to the line. Paraiso wins by 8 or more over Silver Fox. Traditional Boy is third over Big Argument. Magic Bullet is 5th.
.400 meters the trip. They're rolling. Ready for a start from Michael Sims. Diligent steps a bit slow along with Stall Walking Girl as Night Light shows speed and goes for that lead. Muscatoon in close attendance in third, right there in second rather, right there in third. That's Dance All Night, tracking these two in Ecan Dance, tracking these two intently. Dance All Night in the middle. On the outside, right there too, that's Subby, and right against the rail, Diligent. Then comes Tall Walking Girl, and left out of it, Nala's Bushman. They come toward the 4 furlong point, and it is Ecan Dance now goes to take the lead. Something has gone a mishap with Night Light. That one has broken down. It's Ecan Dance in front, dictating terms, about 4 lengths in front of Diligent. Coming on the outside, that's Muscatoon. Also finding a foot right now, that's a Subby. 3 lengths away before we come to coming on, that's Nala's Bushman. Then comes a Stall Walking Girl, and left out of it, that's Dance All Night. They're at the top of the lane, and Diligence now, it's the front, fighting back on the outside. That's Dance All Night. It's Dance All Night. Ecan Dance in front, and turning back the challenge of Diligent. Coming on also on the outside, that's Muscatoon. Ecan Dance begins to draw away from these, and Ecan Dance will win this one impressively. Indeed, he can dance. Gears down in the end, wins by 6. Diligent is second. Third goes to Musquetoon. Fourth to Subby and Knowles Bushman. They'll try again. This time he goes in. 1 mile the trip, and we're ready for a start, and they're racing. To Can't Be the Glory and Uncle Vinny, those are the two that steps are slowest. Making the running that biblical legend, being attacked by Uncle Frank, right in the mix, that's Legality. Inspired Miracle is right there too in fourth, creeping up against the rail and recovering, that's Uncle Vinny. Behind Uncle Vinny, that is Inspired Miracle. Behind that is Purple Wayne. Desert Genius comes next, Ricky Ricardo, and To Can't Be the Glory at the back. They go towards the 4 furlong point and making the running. That's Uncle Vinny. Now couples up and goes right through to lead. Legality tracking intently in a second. Right there in third, that's Uncle Frank passing the 4. Biblical Legend right against the rail. Inspired Miracle recovering and going down into fourth. Relegating Biblical Legend to fifth as they go towards the 3 furlong point on the course. Still making the runnings at Uncle Vinny. Right there on his outside and looking dangerous. That's Legality. Here comes Inspired Miracle running on and running a big one. Legality now turns for Roman. It's the front. Inspired Miracle looks to be coming with a challenge. Legality putting pay to that challenge, but still on the outside. Inspired Miracle. Legality in front. Drawing off by about 3 lengths clear of Inspired Miracle, running on the outside. That is a Biblical Legend. Legality is still keeping on. The Legality in front, a furlong to go, less than half a furlong. Legality putting paid to the rest, and Legality wins. That's a natural hat-trick for the trainer Anthony Nunes. Legality beats Inspired Miracle. Biblical Legend looks to be Uncle Frank rather, and the Purple Wayne.
Always vigorous, to load at 4, and then we'll be ready. They seem to be in, we're ready. 1 mile the trip. This is the 5th. Starter holding them. They're off. Coming off slow ZI. Omron didn't get away quickly, nor Sparkling Tradition. As Miss HJF goes for that lead, there goes Bunksy Boy. And Bunksy Boy bounces into the lead as they leave the chute behind them. Bunksy Boy out in front from Miss HJF a length down. Reminiscing Bolo a further half a length on the outside. Omron creeping closer all the while. Always Vigorous is next, 6 or 7 lengths off that lead as they leave the 6th. Dancing in the Breeze racing on the outside. Running the rail, It Is What It Is. A gap back to Chromatica and the ZI just trailing the field. Well, even further back, that's Sparkling Tradition. They've left the 5, they run toward the half mile and make their way now into that home turn. And it's Bunksy Boy who continues to lead them up by almost 2 lengths. Omron chasing with It Is What It Is and Always Vigorous. These tightly grouped up. Miss HJF is next, 5.5 lengths off the lead. 2.5 to 3 lengths away, Dancing in the Breeze. Chromatica in the green sleeves ahead of ZI. Here's Sparkling Tradition overtaking the new trailer, Reminiscing Bolo. They've left the 3, 5/16 of a mile to run. They're about to come into the lane, and it is Bunksy Boy and Paul Francis in control. Into it now, and Bunksy Boy under the hand ride maintains the advantage. Here's Always Vigorous now asked to surge up on the outside. Bunksy Boy drifting off a true line. Always Vigorous taken out wide. Run over toward the rail, right against it. It Is What It Is. Dancing in the Breeze now begins to make ground. Watch Miss HJF in the orange on the far side. Chromatica also in with a shot as Bunksy Boy begins to fold pulled up and gives away the lead inside the final 16. It is dancing in the breeze on the far side. Miss HJF harassing all the while. These two bobbing noses, they've gone by. Chromatica is third. Bunksy Boy is fourth. Omron is fifth. They're ready. Starter holds them. And they're off. Fair start, show no mercy. The worst away with Julissa P. Reckless Diamond gets a good start. Plutologist rushing down on the outside with a Valiant, and these two now heads apart on the backstretch as they arrive at the 5 and run toward the final half of a mile. So a keen tussle up front for that lead as they approach the half mile. Plutologist and Valiant, these two stuck together as they now make their way into the half mile turn. Adoring Texas on the outside of Oh My Goodness. Mr. A races up next and is back in fifth, possibly 6 lengths off that lead. Avery and Diane a further 2 lengths back, a gap of 4 to Reckless Diamond, a gap of 6 to Julissa P, and a huge gap opening up to Show No Mercy. They lead the 5/16th. They're about to come into the top of the lane. Plutologist near the rail. Adoring Texas now asked to kick in on the outside. Left out of it, that's Valiant. Oh My Goodness, shaken up for run. Mr. A in the green races out wide of horses as they're in the final 3/16th, and the battle up front continues. Adoring Texas may just lead by the flare of a nostril. Plutologist right there and continuing the fight. Oh My Goodness switch wide and now asked to come forward as they're inside the final 16th. It's Adoring Texas, Plutologist, and Oh My Goodness now leaping forward, but Adoring Texas driven to the max just last over Oh My Goodness. Plutologist is third, Mr. A is fourth, Reckless Diamond is fifth. Jackpot in the Reggae 6, the 3,894,686 686.94 cents. Splits 24-2 by 49-2. Final time 1200 meters, 1 minute 18. The margins a half by 1.5.
The next big thing goes in. Final one, Struck by Grace. And you'll be ready for a start. 6.5 furlongs, that's the trip. Ready for a start from Dwayne Timmel. They're off and racing. Explosive Charge is the last one to leave the gate as a Kingswood blasts into an early lead. It's Kingswood leading narrowly by a neck from Jamal James right in the middle, coming up against the rail. That's Special Prosecutor, and Special Prosecutor now goes past the 5 in front. Special Prosecutor in front of Jamal James and Kingswood traveling together right on the rail. That's Miss Linda Ray traveling with Party Princess behind them as they pass the 4. That's NASDAQ Princess. First selection comes next. Kunuma recovering, that is Explosive Charge. Struck by Grace and racing at the back of the field, the next big thing. They've got 2.5 furlongs to travel, and on the inside, Jamal James. On the outside, that's Kingswood. These are the two that will come into the lane. Watch Miss Linda Ray out wide, right against the rail, and coming on, that's NASDAQ Princess. Fading back a bit, that's Party Princess, as it's Jamal James in front of Kingswood. Here comes Miss Linda Ray on the outside, and Miss Linda Ray is traveling nicely. Jamal James still in front, a furlong to go. Miss Linda Ray, now it's the front, and Miss Linda Ray begins to draw off from Jamal James, still fighting for second. Miss Linda Ray coming away for a very good win. Miss Linda Ray beats Jamal James. Kingswood, it looks like Party Princess just getting there for fourth, just ahead of first selection.
Gorgeous Gift is in, field in line. 1200 meters, 6 furlongs. They're off. 3-card guy steps off just a bit slow. Daytona Belle gets a good start. So too Soul Treasure. Nina Dorada rushing up. Smoke Haze is right there. And it is Nina Dorada leading narrowly over Smoke Haze and Soul Treasure as they go flashing past the 5 and make their way to the half-mile marker. They're tracked up by Duke of Springs. Daytona Belle in between horses as they go making their way to the half-mile and now run into the turn. Smoke Haze leading up from Nina Dorada. Soul Treasure in third. Duke of Springs is there. Daytona Belle toward the outside of Rashidas to make some progress as they make their way now flashing past the 3. Persistent One kicking in on the outside. Daytona Belle fades. Expeditious is right with that group of horses. State of Emergency is further back with Cupcake in between runners. Shanae racing down against the rail. Then Mighty Chelsea, Gorgeous Gift. And at the back it's 3-card guy, but they're into the lane. They've left the quarter pole behind them and about to arrive at the 3/16th. Smoke Haze over on the rail. Rashid nearest to us, and Rashid may just have that lead over Smoke Haze. Bandages flashing all over the place on Smoke Haze. Duke of Springs is down against the rail. Here is Expeditious asked to kick in, but it is Rashid nearest to us that holds a commanding advantage as they go charging toward the line, and Rashid will take it for Aaron Chatry over Expeditious, Smoke Haze, Duke of Springs and Gorgeous Gift. Sweet and Smart we wait on. Sweet and Smart is in, field in line. 1500 meters thereof. Pharaoh it is. The slowest to get away with Sweet and Smart. I Am a Citizen didn't get a great bright break either, along with As You Wish as they leave the 7. Speechless battling for that lead with High Diplomacy, and High Diplomacy now goes on. There goes Sweet and Smart, Speechless on the outside with Zabratone moving closer as they leave the 6. Tomahawk is there with I Am a Citizen on the rail. Send City out 3 wide. Cold Pursuit looking to slot in between them as they run toward the 5. As You Wish races right on the inside of No Work Permit. They leave the 5 behind them, and Pharaoh it is trails the field. They make their way to the half-mile. They're almost there and go rushing into that turn, and it's Sweet and Smart who has that lead, being chased up by High Diplomacy in second. Speechless now moving down into third. Send City on the outside is fourth. I Am a Citizen stoked along by the rider, needing to find some 5 lengths to get to those leaders. Tomahawk is also under a ride as they leave the 3. Back of those, Zabratone now asked to make ground along with Cold Pursuit hugging the rail run. Speechless hooks reverse. As You Wish is racing up next with No Work Permit, and Pharaoh it is toward the back, but Sweet and Smart holds that lead. Here is High Diplomacy now attacking on the outside. Send City switch down over toward the rail. I Am a Citizen is running right against it, but it is Sweet and Smart and High Diplomacy now. These two going at it, and High Diplomacy now points the nose in front of Sweet and Smart. Watch Send City over against the rail. High Diplomacy out in front under Robert Halladine. He's looking for his 3rd win. Send City trying to deny it but can't. High Diplomacy beats Send City, Sweet and Smart, Cold Pursuit and a Tomahawk.